Okay, my friends, welcome to Communication on Camera. So thrilled you are here today. So I want to first say what this course is. This is a 101 of how to create the most authentic videos, both live and standard videos. Now, standard videos, what are those? Those are the videos that you create to post later, whether for your website or whatever it may be. Live videos, we know what those are, right? We go on Facebook in these different groups and we need to go live. So we want to give you the tools and the confidence to be able to do that with ease and joy so your best self can shine through. What this is not a course on the technology of cameras or what the latest, best lens is. No. This is all about making great videos on a dime budget. Okay, we can do it from anywhere, from your home. You don't need to put a lot of money into this. It's all about you being brought forth to the videos. So are we ready? Give me a thumbs up. Woo! All right, here we go, my friends. I'm going to share my screen. And we're gonna start. Okay, also, I want to say this. As you can see, all of our squares, our pictures are on the right-hand side, probably of your screen. To be able to see the slides better, which again, don't stress about having to see them. I'm speaking about everything that's on the slides. But if you want more of a view, you can press on the top left corner, press the one line, and that will minimize it, okay? So I just minimized you all. Not that I don't love you, but I want to read the slides, okay? So here we go. Communication on camera, my friends. We are all aiming to become master communicators. In this lesson, we will cover fears and limiting beliefs around going on camera, our favorite, the damn fears, preparation before filming, the technical side of filming time after the film is done, and practice makes progress. Learning the techniques of communication on camera is invaluable because through our videos, we are representing ourselves and our brands, okay? It's definitely, I like to call it like the 2020 business card, right? We still give out business cards, but this is like the next level because on a business card, you just read words, but you don't really know who that person is. But after today, people are gonna know who you are when you make your videos, okay? So, you can't be brave without fear, my friends. One of my favorite quotes, courage is not courage without fear. So we are going to start to reframe all of these fears, and instead of looking at them from such a negative standpoint, we're gonna be like, yes, I'm afraid, that means I'm going for it. Oh yeah, get ready. Some of the most common fears and limiting beliefs that I hear on a constant basis. I freeze when that red dot or green dot pops up, right? On my phone or on my computer or on the actual camera. I sound stupid. I can't make a video until I'm completely ready. My mind goes blank. I'm boring. No one wants to listen to me. I hate how I look on camera. I hate the camera. I hear that one a lot. But let's remember, like this quote says here, all limitations are self-imposed. That is for sure. Okay. So, how do we get past these fears? Number one, my friends, these fears are completely normal. You are not the only one. Now, you have a gal who's done some things. I did 5 Broadway shows, right? I've toured the world as a performer, and I've worked with some of the most high-level celebrities, directors like Clint Eastwood, okay? And I'm here to tell you that those people and these celebrities that you look up to and these people that you're like, they make it look so easy, they also have fears. So you are not alone. And if you're anything like me, knowing that you're not alone makes me feel so much calmer, right? Because oftentimes what the fear does is it keeps you in a lock and is like, oh my God, I'm the only one. I have to hide this. It's just me. It's not just you. So let's get that in our heads right now. Number 2, remind yourself of the hard things that you've tackled in your life. Now, all of you, I know for sure each and every one of you on this call today have all been through way harder things than going on video, right? I know maybe it's so scary to you, you hate the way you look. Guess what? Screw that shit. I'm sure you've gone through trials and tribulations that don't even compare. So I need you to write down for yourself, as a reminder, the things that you've tackled in your life that made you realize that you're a warrior, okay? If you're a mom, you went through childbirth, for God's sakes, right? You can make a damn video. Or, if you fought in a war, if you were in the army, or, whatever it may be. All of those things, way harder than going on video, okay? So write those down to remind yourself. We all need those reminders so we can pat ourselves on the back. Number 3, right here, right now, with me as your coach, I want you to make a vow to be courageous by taking imperfect action in spite of those fears. Quick story. I told this yesterday on a training that I do in my group that you're all going to be a part of now. And I talked about a time in my life that was one of the hardest times of my life because I was in a Broadway show, this amazing Broadway show. But I had gotten to this point in my journey where I was really like digging deep, in the self-development, analyzing my fears, analyzing why I do the things I do, right? And it like dug everything up and got me to a point of like feeling like anxious a lot. So talk about having to have fear and do it anyway. I still every night, 8 shows a week, danced, sang my little butt off on a Broadway stage in front of thousands of people performing, smiling, sweating, dancing, getting lifted by boys in dances, all while I was scared as hell. But when I look back at that time, I feel such gratitude because that time in my life proved to me how strong I really am. And nobody would have known that, right? The audience member who paid $250 a ticket to see me and the company in this Broadway show, they didn't know, but I knew, right? And we all have felt that feeling of like angst, in your belly where you're like, oh God, I don't want to do this. Screw that shit. We're doing it anyway. And that's what taking imperfect action is all about. So are you in? I know that's a yes. I know it is. So I'm going to take a second. I'm going to stop this share so I can see your pretty faces. Okay. So any questions thus far? Remember, we have time after to answer questions, but is there anything that someone has a question about, your fears or anything that we've talked about so far? Good? Awesome. All right, we're moving on. Love you all. Sharing the screen again. Okay. So, preparation before filming. Time to get in peak state to share your message. You got this, and you do. All right, number 1, this most important. Know your subject, okay? I've done this, and I just want to preface this with to tell you all everything I'm talking about here today, the mess ups, the screw ups, I've done it, which is why I am qualified to teach this, okay? I want you to realize that knowing what you're going to talk about before you talk about it is key. Why? Because when we get nervous, when the butterflies start, when the camera goes on sometimes, it goes out of your mind, right? But if you know this subject inside and out, you're golden. Now, when I say know your subject inside out, I mean pick your topic, even if it's a live video. Even when I'm going live, I know in my head what I'm going to be talking about, right? I'm not just pressing record and then being like, so it's Tuesday and my dog's been licking my leg for the past 2 days, right? No, I have a theme, okay? I know what I'm going to talk about. Now, when I say that, what I do not mean is to write verbatim what you're going to say. This is what a lot of people do, especially in the new stages of getting on camera and getting comfortable with it. They think that they literally have to, when I say know your subject and then jot down bullet points about what you will be discussing, they think it's like verbatim, meaning like, okay, hi, everyone. Today, and like they write a paragraph word for word about what they want to say because they think that'll stop the nerves. No, that is the opposite of what you should do. When you do that and you start filming and you forget what you're going to say, it becomes so much harder to recall what you were going to say when you're trying to memorize 100 different words as opposed to clean bullet points about what you want to talk about. For example, if I was going to go, if this was a live video, right? And today I'm going to talk about communication on camera. All right, bullet point, limiting beliefs. Bullet point, prep before filming. Bullet point, when you're filming, right? Those are like bullet points, very sloppy. But it's just 1 or 2 words that are just kind of highlighted on the page and in my brain. So that way, when I start talking and I start to veer off or something, I can easily recall just that 1 word. And if that's not enough, Post-its are amazing. Invest in them, please. What you can do, take this little Post-it note, right? And place it, like right now I'm on my computer, okay? I'm looking right at you guys, there's the lens. And if I get really nervous, I can post those bullet points right next to the camera, right? Can you guys see it? No. So if I'm like talking to you, I'm like, hey guys, I'm Renee. So today I'm gonna talk about limiting beliefs, right? You saw me look a little to my left, but it wasn't distracting because it's right there. So if I have bullet points, it's easier to see. Right? Does that make sense? As opposed to if I looked over and there was a paragraph, I'd be like this. Oh my God, what the hell was I going to talk about? But if there's just 2 words, I'm like, limiting beliefs. That's what I was going to talk about. Oh, preparation before filming, filming time, right? It's easy to get back on track. So that's step 1. Step 2, and you all know I love this, move that body. Physically shake out the nerves. Now, I'm not even kidding about this. And Angelo, I know you know I'm crazy because I just posted that video of me doing my dance, right? Move the body. Why do I say this? Because when we get nervous or excited, we're going to talk about that in 1 second, we have excess energy. That's all it is, right? So when we jump around, we like move around, we put on put on your favorite song. I'm dead serious. And like move around, get yourself a little sweaty because what that does is it gets rid of the excess energy. And an acting teacher once told me in college, he said, the best opportunity you have for success in your monologues, in your scenes, is when you're your most tired, right? Now, I'm not suggesting that I want you to be tired. We want energy. But what he was saying is when you have just that bare minimum of energy, you don't have the excess energy that sometimes throws you off, right? So I'm incorporating what he advised me, but I'm adding that when you shake out the excess nerves, then you're just left to your authentic energy, right? So I literally want you to find that damn song that like pumps you up. Like for me, it's like the Rocky soundtracks, okay? Rocky, love those movies, love the themes behind them, right? So I put on like a Rocky soundtrack and I feel unstoppable. And then when that camera comes on, I'm like, hey, so here I am, right? What I said before, nerves, excitement, same thing. And I want, guys, everyone write this down, okay? Nerves are the same thing as excitement with a different perspective. When we say I'm nervous, right? You can feel it in your body. You feel like yourself gets small because you're like, that's a negative thing, being nervous. But when you go, I'm so excited, it's the same energy. It's all just energy. But when you're excited, you're looking at it from a positive standpoint. So I want you to flip the script for yourselves from this point on. When you are about to get on video and you feel that that like yourself shrink because you're like, oh my God, I'm so nervous, the butterflies. I want you to be like, no, I'm excited. Woo! Here we go. And you are going to feel such a shift in a matter of seconds, okay? So I'm not nervous, I'm excited. Bold that in your notes, highlight, 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 put it on a Post-it in your mirror so you can look at that every day. I'm not nervous, I'm excited, okay? Number 3, don't stress about messing up, say yes about it. We're gonna talk about this more later. My friends, this is not about perfection. Doesn't that feel good? As a girl who lived her whole life as a perfectionist, I know the pressure that you can put on yourselves, right? This is not that. We are not trying to be perfect. We are trying to share our purpose. We are not trying to be perfect. We are trying to share our purpose. And if in that moment your purpose is to make someone smile or laugh or talk about your business, so be it. It's not about perfection. So when you mess up, I want you to be like, oh, cool, means I'm a human being, which it does, okay? Number 4, these are some like good tips just to remember from a technical side. If you're recording on your phone, now again, I don't know what kind of phone you have. You can look into this, whether it's Android, an iPhone. I have an iPhone. I always I go into settings and I put on do not disturb, because I want you to know how many times I've gone to film a video and I'm feeling so good about it. I'm like, this is like really good. And then my mom calls and it stops. And I'm like, right? So think about those things before you start filming. Do I have do not disturb on or airplane mode? And if you're recording on your computer, make sure you close out all the other tabs, right? There's nothing worse than like you're in it, like recording, you're like, oh my God, I'm sorry you guys are in. It's like ding, notification from Facebook. Or like a song goes on. We don't want any of those distractions. So think of those things before you film. Number 5, this is just a reminder for always, make sure you have enough phone storage. So before, if you're doing videos on your phone, like clean out your phone before. I've done this as well. I start filming, I'm ready to go. And it's like, you have no storage. And I'm like, son of a bee, right? Number 6, this is just for life because we're in the world of technology. Just back up your hard drive on your computer. Just always do that. I like to remind everyone of that because, you know, it's so important. Most importantly, my friends, and this again, this is another bold this baby highlight. This video is not about you. It's about serving others with your message. So change your focus from how do I look? Oh my God, I'm nervous, to how can I serve? How do I look? How do I sound? How can I serve? And this one change of perspective has shifted everything for me. Because even though I'm a professional, I've been doing this all my life, I still get nervous when I go on camera. Are you kidding me? But when I get out of my own head and like me, I, and I think about how can I serve, the nerves go away. Because then nothing else matters except what I'm sharing. Okay, so that is super important. All right, let's stop sharing. How's everyone feeling? Good? Great. Any questions? Doreen, yeah, hop on, baby. You can unmute yourself.
I know this is going to sound silly, but I don't know how to back up my hard drive. I don't think I've ever done it.
Oh, well, girlfriend, what kind of computers do you have?
I have a Gateway computer. I've had it for like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 years.
Well,
do you have a on it?
I don't know. I mean, I have an Apple, but
Okay.
that's something.
Can I Google that? I can probably Google it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just Google that, girlfriend. That'll pop
Okay.
right up. But
Okay.
definitely do that. And like I said, this is not even for this course, just in life.
Right.
We're using our computer all the time, right? Back it up. Make sure you have storage, all of those things.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Good?
I was just thinking that when you were talking about the Post-it notes,
Yes.
because, and you hit it right. I was wondering how you were doing it with Post-it notes but still looking straight at the camera.
A little hint, my doll. Yep. And you guys will see, like, you know, and we're going to talk about this in a little while, but like the practice that I'm going to show you, this is what's fun about this. You can practice all day, every day, and it's so easy, right? So just film yourself and put the Post-it note, and you'll be able to see when you watch back, like, oh, it's still too far, because you don't want to do this. Hi, I'm Renee. So today, right? I don't want my notes over there. I want them as close as possible so it looks like it's very effortless, right? Like I'm not even, no, I'm cool. I know my notes. I don't have any Post-it there. What do you mean, right?
Yeah, you're not cheating.
Yeah. All right, awesome. I'm going to go back. I'm going to mute you all. Mute. All right. See you in a few. Okay. Here we go, my friends. The technical side of filming. How to film your videos to make them look as good as possible. Key factors. Okay, we're going to get real here. So, number 1, camera angle. My friends, please hear me and hear me well. Have your angle either in line with you, like where I am, or a little, I'm going to unplug my phone charger, or a little above is even best, right? Because we all look great from that angle. We're like, oh, I look so good. Don't do this. Hi guys, Renee here. Hope y'all are doing well. Please don't ever have the angle below. Doesn't make any of us look good. It makes, it's like all of a sudden as the audience, we're looking up to you. It's just weird, okay? So this tripod I have here that I showed you, and you can, I sent you, I gave you all the PDF, the Communication on Camera Essentials. This is in there with a link to Amazon, but I'm gonna show it to you right here in my house. So first of all, I wanna show you my setup. This is what I mean. This is like on a dime budget. None of this is fancy. I'm gonna show you how I have my computer rested so that it's a good angle. Guys, this is a box from my wedding with all the cards. This is like my journal, my planner, KBB course, whatever you gotta do to make it work, okay? You don't see the behind the scenes. And so I have this ring light here, which we're gonna talk about in a minute. And this guy, look it. This is what is the picture right there. It's a, hold on, I'm gonna sit back down so you can see me. This is a tripod and it has flexible legs, you guys. Look, I wrap it around my ring light so that I put my phone in here and I film. But this can be anywhere. So like if I want to put it on the table, right? If you have a big windowsill, like a picture window, and you can just rest, hold on, rest it. Can you see this? Hold on. You just rest it on the table, right? It like you just rest it and then put the camera in there. So it's really easy. You can travel with it. $14.99, really? I probably just broke it, but whatever. My point is, you can make a great freaking video on this little tripod, okay? But just make sure the camera angle's right, please, for all of us, okay? Number 2. I honestly think there's nothing more important than this, and I'm telling you this as an actress. Lighting is everything, okay? The ring light that I included here, the big one, this one's awesome. It's like 65 bucks, my friends, but it is so worth it. And that one has the camera holder in it, so you don't have to buy an extra one. The one to the right is for your iPhone. It like clips on and it's great. If you're, sometimes you do like those fun, like quick videos where you're just, walking and talking, and it's great because it gives you good lighting. So some tips. Light from a window is great when it's during the day, the sun's out, it's bright out. You want to stand in front of a window. That means facing the window, not with your back towards the window. That's the worst. All we see is a shadow, right? So always face the window so we can see your beautiful face, or use a light source like the ring light. Now, I totally suggest the ring light because I can film at, 12 o'clock at night, right? I don't need a window or anything. I can just have my setup and I'm good to go. So again, all of these are in your PDF. You can I have the links there to go right to this. Number 3, quiet space. Now, you don't want any distractions like dogs barking. That happens to me sometimes, or conversations. you know, other people in the room where you're like, hi, Renee. And it's like, people are like, did you get the chicken at the store? No, so distracting. You want to be in any room where the sound is clearest. Usually a smaller room's better, but this is where you can have fun and test different rooms. Obviously, most of us are in our homes. So my friends, try different rooms. Go in the bathroom, record yourself for a couple seconds, see how that sounds. Go in your living room, right? Whatever room it is, that's what I do. I practice in all different areas, click record, and then I can listen back and say, you know what, the sound is a little too muffled, or this room's too big, like the sound's echoing. We don't want that. Sometimes people record in their bathrooms because it's clear, but then other times it's really echoey. So that's for you to figure out. But the baseline advice is just make sure it's quiet. The point of these videos is to be able to hear and see you, right? Number 4, your background, okay? Wherever you choose to make your videos, please make the background as simple as possible. Remember, again, we are human beings who get very easily distracted, right? What is it called? The squirrel, the heck's it called? I always forget this, but where it's like, oh, squirrel, and you look over there. There's a name for it. Anyway, if we see things as if I was on video right here, right? And I'm just saying, this is like a stupid example, but like, say I have like art with all these swirls and like things hanging from the wall, right? And I'm like, hi guys, welcome to Communication on Camera. Wouldn't you all kind of be like, wonder what that's hanging? Oh, that's a weird painting. Like, I wonder what it means. And boom, you are not paying attention to me and your mind has gone off to, you know, Disneyland. So if you can make your background as simple as possible, that gives you a better opportunity for people to focus on you. I understand we don't always have, you know, a slew of options, but you know what? You can hang a white sheet or whatever, however you have to make it work. Remember, this is on a dime budget, my friends. You can be creative, but just make it as simple as possible. Clothing, number 5. You want to wear something that is most comfortable and most you, but is also simple as possible. Same as the background, right? I see this a lot, and in our group, Becoming a Master Communicator through Imperfect Action, our Facebook group, we all go live. And on Thursdays, we have Spotlight Thursday, where one member of the group gets to come forward, do a live, and we give feedback. And one of the wonderful members did his live one day, and he was so great, but his shirt was like, it had logos and patterns, right? And his background was like swirls. And I was like, okay, your message was so great, but I could barely focus on it because there was so much going on with your shirt, right? With the background. So I ask you, have fun with this. This is so fun. Have a fashion show, bring over a friend or have a friend or your significant other on FaceTime and go through your closet and find the things, number 1, that make you feel so good when you wear them. But then as you go through them, try to find the things that maybe are more solids. Like, see the shirt I'm wearing, it's just solid. It's a pretty color that I like. I like tank tops and it makes me feel good. Now, if I was wearing a top that had like patterns and like logos, like, what's up everybody? Like the whole time I'm talking, you'd be like, oh, what's up? That's funny. What's up? Right? And I would lose you. So figure that out for yourselves, what you feel good in, what looks good, and then take your camera again and film it, right? If you like yourself in short sleeves, film yourself for a couple seconds and then watch back. The power of watching back is it's like a mirror for you, right? Sometimes we think something looks good and then you look at it on the camera and you're like, oh wait, no, that doesn't look good. Happens to me all the time, okay? So have fun with this, but remember, the simpler, the better. Okay. I am going to check in really quick, but we're going to go through these next slides really quickly. Any questions with that, my friends? Where did I throw my water? See, I just throw things. Oh, here it is behind me. Any questions with any of that? Yes. Vivek, you can unmute yourself.
what is the size of the ring light you're using?
This one is the same as the one that's on the slide. So I'll go back and have to look at the exact measurement, but it's
That was
on
the
your,
same.
yeah, it's on the PDF that I sent you. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know off the top of my head, but yeah. And it's great, like I said, and it's really great. Let me just show you this while you ask that. Could you guys see all that when I was showing you the ring light and stuff? Okay, so let me just show you this. What's really great is, oh my God, it's so bright. Okay, the ring light and the one that I said, you can dim it, right? You can turn it up. You can make it really bright. That's like crazy bright, but it's fun, right? And it lets you, like if I like want to do an intimate video and I'd be like, hey guys, so I'm here in my basement, right? I have it like a little dimmer, but then if I'm like, hey, right, I can have it brighter. Whatever you want to do, it's fun because you can play around with it. You can see what works and what doesn't. And like, let me see here. Okay, so you can't see me there. But like, see, like I'm just saying, see me right now with like no lighting on. Do you see the difference? If I'm just like, hey guys, like it's fine, but it's not the same, right? In front of the ring light, it looks more professional. And again, I didn't have to go out and buy a $1,000 camera. I bought a $60 ring light that I can use every day, right? And all of a sudden I look so fancy. So that's what I love about it, is it's not, guys, you can make an amazing video after we end today, okay? So let me turn this on. What did I do? See, I changed the setting, hold on. All right, hold on. Oh, no, okay. So, great. Does that all make sense with clothing and all of that? Yeah, great. And it's really fun. Like the more fun you can have with it, I promise you, your videos are going to be so much better, because anything we do coming from a place of joy is so much better. So like, I mean it. Have fun. Put on music. Have a glass of wine, right? If you drink, and like have a fashion show and be like, okay, do I like short sleeves? Do I like long sleeves? What color do I look best in? Because let me tell you, sometimes, this is why I love my husband, but especially being in Los Angeles, you know, as an actor where I have to go to auditions and be on camera. Sometimes I would like almost walk out of the house and my husband would be like, Renee, no, that is not the right color. I'm like, oh, you're right. You know, sometimes it's hard to judge for ourselves. So that's why it's great to like film it, show someone, and like maybe be like, what do you think? Blue or green? What looks better? Right? So hold on. Who had a question? Was it Flor? Okay, Doreen and then Flor. So Doreen?
How far away did you place that ring light from where you're sitting?
So I'm going to show you. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. So you don't want to be, no, let me say this. So I'm sitting right now, okay? Most of the time, I will suggest, especially if it's a video for your business, standing.
Yeah.
Because there is just a different energy when you're standing on your own 2 feet, right? You feel like powerful, you're rooted in the ground. So sometimes when I'm doing a standing video, I'm closer than I am now. But hold on. Okay, so.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not good at measurements, so I don't know how many feet that is. But you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyone know? I'm not good at measurements.
I got it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, Flor.
Okay. Well, I hear everything you're saying and make total sense. Being in a quiet space, blah, blah, blah. But me, just like you guys, Doreen, I'm also an artist.
Yep.
And I need to feel inspired to do the videos. And that's like my flaws. I don't do much because, like whenever I feel inspired, I'm not in the right place, blah, 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 whatever. So, but I love doing videos outside.
Great.
Even though, like, just to show the beautiful nature, would that be like a huge distractor, or could be also an inspiration for people who are watching? Especially, sorry, because because I work with energy. I teach energy healing, so I talk a lot about nature. So this is something that puts me in the mood, and that I wanted to master that. Is that possible? Give me your
Absolutely. So what I'm speaking of specifically is, like I said, if we're doing a live video, or, if for me, when I'm talking, right, I'm not talking about nature, right? That's not part of like my niche, say. So I just want it simple, clean, to the point. But Flor, if you're talking about nature, right, and it's behind
has to be there.
like it has to be there. So of course, because that's now, you have to understand, that's almost another character in your video. Do you get the difference?
Yeah, I also have to spend a lot of time doing editing because of the noise. That is the bad thing.
That's the hard part.
Choosing the right microphone to talk, because like the Bluetooth phones are terrible.
Yes.
They capture all the sounds, and I hate this, but I have to do with the white or the black one, and people see it. But that's what it works.
Totally. No, but that's a great question. I love that you asked that. See, again, going back to what's most important before you film, what is the message you're sharing? Right? Now, the difference is, Flor, if you're talking about nature, you're talking about energy, right? That is part of your message. But if I, Renee, just decide to do a video that I'm going to put on my website, right? And I'm out in nature just because, and there's like, waves falling and noise everywhere, it's not matching up with my message. Does that make sense? Totally. So yes, of course. And I want you to take all of these tips, my friends, and obviously implement in the way that works for you and for your business. Yeah. But what I'm teaching is just like the base level. When you want to just get on, do a video, do a live, quick message, these tips are really great to remember. But yes, absolutely, go in nature and utilize what I'm saying too, right? Practice with different headphones, practice with different spaces of nature, see what works the best. The fun thing about this is it's all trial and error. I'm still, every day, I'm like, ooh, what if I film here? What if I film on my steps, right? And I play around and I see what works. So just do what works for you. Cool?
Thank you. Yeah, can I say one thing about the storage? I don't know who said, Elaine, right? She said, I never clean my storage. I didn't too. So please, guys, make sure you pay for the Apple storage, whatever, iCloud. So
iCloud does it all the time.
Yeah.
Don't have to, because I hate to be like, oh my God, I have to clean this. Yes. Obviously, at some point I'll have to do it, but not when I'm inspired to do a video.
That's it. And that's why I'm so happy to talk about that, because again, and trust me, I know this from myself when I'm getting on stage to perform or to sing, or those little things, these little tidbits of information go out of your mind, because you're like, I just have to say this, I'm getting on video, and you forget. And then what happens is, again, take it from experience, I'm like ready to go, and then I'm like, shit, I have no storage, or like these, and then you're taken out of it, right? Then all of a sudden you're stressed out and you're like, damn it. So when you can prepare yourself for this, again, use that checklist I sent you all, then you're in the space of being prepared and you don't get thrown off. Eva, what headphones are best for outside? Does anyone do you know, Flor, what's working? Oh, unmute yourself, baby.
Sorry, I came here to pick it up because I'm not good in I don't know what the brand is. And it's one that blocks the sounds from outside. It's like this one.
Great.
Let me see.
You know what? Flor, maybe write it in the chat for everybody. That way people could,
I have to look for the brand, but it's like, not this. This is not good, because it still captures from outside, but this is like seal your hole. I don't know how to say that in English.
All right, let's log back in. Let's keep going. We're killing it. All right, I'm muting you all. See you soon. Okay. Share. Filming time, baby. Time for action. What to do when that camera turns on. Lights, camera, action. That's what we say in the film world. Number 1. This is a game changer. Pretend the screen is the person you're most comfortable with. Now, everybody, I learned this from a on-camera course I took, a commercial class in LA, and I'll never forget, I was up there practicing, we all went up one at a time, and he said to me, okay, Renee, I want you to pretend that the person you're talking to is your best friend. And all of a sudden, I felt this shift because, especially like doing commercial copy, a lot of the commercials, they were like, Tide with bleach, it's great, right? And you're like, how the hell do I make this real? But the minute he said, pretend that camera's your best friend, all of a sudden I was like, okay. So I just used Tide with bleach, and I swear it changed my whole life. Like, I can't even make you understand how good my clothes smell, how soft they are. Like, you have to get Tide with bleach. Now, how different is that than if I went like this? Oh my God, Tide with bleach. It's great. My clothes smell good and it's great. You need to get it. Which person would you want to buy from? I'd want to buy from A, because person A, they were like talking to me. And the reason why is because as I'm speaking to this little lens, I am picturing my best friend who I can't wait to tell about this damn Tide with bleach. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
I want you to picture that person who is your best friend. Maybe not even your best friend, but that person that you can just talk to about anything and your guard comes down and you're like, oh, you're never going to believe this, right? Number 2, it is just a conversation. So embrace whatever happens. I cannot stress this enough to you. Some of my best videos are videos where I forgot what I was going to say, where I flubbed my words, where I like kind of went on a tangent and then I was like, wait, I think I just went on a tangent. I'm so sorry. But people connected with me because I was real. And please write this down, bolded, highlighted. When we're having a normal conversation with our friends, with our family, are we usually monitoring ourselves, being like, did I say that right? I better stand up straight. Hi, Jessica, did you hear what I said? No, we are just talking and we're speaking, we're having a good time. And if you're like me, you use your hands and we forget what we're going to say sometimes. And we flub our words and we go off on tangents. That is real life. So if that happens, not that we're planning for that, but if it happens, don't let it throw you off. Get back on target and you know what? Address it. Okay, so I know I got off on a tangent. So sorry. But I just need to make this clear to you all. Right? That's what this is when you're in a normal, regular conversation. And oftentimes, we've all seen videos, all of us, with trainings, with, things we're learning, and the person gets on camera and they go, hi, my name is Renee Marino, and today we're going to talk about the camera. What is the camera? Well, I'm going to tell you now. And you're like, oh my God, I can't listen to this person, right? Because they're like a robot. And you see that they were trained to put their hands like this, to speak like this, and their every third word go like this, right? No. If our aim is to make videos that connect us with our viewers, that share the message that we're trying to come across, that is not going to do it, right? We want to be people who are connecting with other people. So remember, it's just a conversation, okay? Number 3, stay connected with the people who are watching by checking in with them. Now, I preface this, no, that wasn't prefacing it. I'm doing the opposite. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. The point of what we're doing here is making it feel like you're all right in front of me. Like, I feel like you're all with me. But in actuality, you're behind this screen. How weird is that? right? And it can feel weird when you're not comfortable with it. But when you pretend that it's your best friend, when you remind yourself it's just a conversation, then you check in with everyone as if they were right in front of you. What do I mean by that? Perfect example. As I'm talking to you all, okay, my friends, so number one, pretend the screen is the person you're most comfortable with. Number two, it's just a conversation. Does that make sense? See how I'm checking with you? Does that make sense? Are you getting this? I'm asking you a question as if I could hear your response back to me, right? Like, that makes all the difference, because now I'm not just talking to a screen where if I did this, number one, pretend the screen's a person you're comfortable with. Number two, it's just a conversation, so embrace whatever happens. Number three, stay connected by checking in with them. Doesn't it feel like you're like, are you sure this is live? She seems like a recording, okay? So these three things are so important because this is what separates the good from the great. And now that we're talking about this, I want you to go online, watch people's videos, watch maybe, people you admire on YouTube, and start to recognize for yourself what makes you find those people really interesting. And I guarantee most of the time it's going to be because you feel like they're just a person talking to you, right? I feel like that when I watch commercials. My favorite commercials are the ones where that person's like, okay, so I was walking down the street and I stepped in gum. And wouldn't you know, they were my favorite shoes, right? And you're like, oh my God, I just love that person. As opposed to someone who's like, well, I was walking down the street today. This gum just got on my shoe and I was really frustrated. And you're like, why are you telling me this, right? It's the same wording. You're like, everything's the same, but there's something different. The difference is the person's energy and the person's ability to bring you into the conversation. That's what we want, right? And I understand not all of us are crazy like I am, talking with our hands, high energy. You shouldn't aim to be like me. You should aim to be the best version of you. That's what we want, because we have all different personalities, and that's what's so beautiful, right? We're all like these different color lights in the world. And you don't want to be my color light. I don't want to be your color light, but you want to be your brightest color of that light. So how do we do that? I want you to remind yourself of the times in your life where you are your most excited. Like, I'm talking, I don't know, something happened and you were like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I want you to write that time down and bring yourself to that moment as often as you can. Because in those moments, when you're in that complete joy, you are your most authentic self. And if you can remind yourself of that before you go on video, you will see a world of a difference. Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. Right? It's like, you know that feeling when you're just like so excited you could cry and you're like, I can't believe this. I can't believe this happened to me. Or like, oh my goodness. And you're just like flabbergasted, but so happy. Remember that feeling. Practice that feeling, because when you do, more often, you're going to be able to bring that to your videos. Okay. So I'm going to mute any questions thus far. We're almost done, actually. Yay. Okay. I'm going to mute you all. Great. All right, after filming, what to do after the video is complete. Okay, if it is a live video, live videos are a blessing and a curse, right? They're blessings because you're like, well, it's done. There's nothing I could do. And they're a curse because you're like, oh, there's nothing I could do. But there's a beauty in that, because it gets you to that point to not overthink it. So when you complete a live video, first of all, let it be what it is. Take some time away, go have a sandwich, eat your lunch, take your mind off of it. And then later on in the day, I want you to come back to that video and I want you to watch it. Now, again, speaking from a girl who when my mom would show dance recitals to my family who came over, I would leave the room because I couldn't watch myself, because I'm such a hard critic on myself that I was like, can't do it. But I've learned through practice, like I'm teaching you all, to get to a place where I watched myself from outside, right? So I treated it like it was not me, it was a different person. And I would watch my videos back. I still do this till today. And I'm able to be like, okay, this is a learning experience. This is not about you. So that's what I want you to do. Take the time away after you film your live video, then come back, watch later, and again, take out that pad and pen and make some notes about what could be improved, right? Did you talk too fast? Were you, did you put your notes over here so then we totally lost your eyes? Whatever it is, take notes so that way next time it'll be better. Number 2, if it's a standard video, like a video that you're going to post later to your website, whatever it is, watch it back and then ask these 3 questions. Number 1, did the info come across clearly? Going back to your message again, whatever that subject is that you want to talk about, is the information coming across clearly? Number 2, did I seem like that real person having a conversation, or was I the robot? Number 3, was my lighting, background, and sound clear? So going back to those few things we talked about, was my lighting clear? Could you see me well? Was my background simple as could be? And was I in a quiet space where you could hear every word? If the answer to all 3 of these questions is yes, you got your video, baby. Post it on your website, post it where you need to post it. If everything was a yes, except you are unhappy with your appearance, then you ask this question. Am I just being vain, or did my appearance not represent me in the way I intended? What do I mean by that? Am I just being vain means, did I look back and be like, Renee, why'd you do your hair curly today? It looks better straight, right? That's just a personal preference. Or did I watch back and go, oh my gosh, that dress is like floating on me. It doesn't even look like my own body. Like I don't even look comfortable in the video. That calls for a retake, okay? Another example, if you're a male and you don't wear glasses often, but you decided to be like creative and like pop on glasses for your video, and then you watch it back and you're like, that doesn't even seem like me, right? You're like, I never wear glasses. Why did I do that? Do another take, okay? Do you see the difference? So it's not about like, oh my God, I just feel fat or I feel too skinny. No. Did your message come across clear? It doesn't matter, Renee, if your hair's curly today. Are you getting this info clearly to your viewers? So if your appearance didn't represent you well, you have the go-ahead to do other takes. But I want you to limit 3 to 4 takes. Why am I saying this? This girl has had situations where I reshot 40 times and my husband was like, stop it. Because you know what ends up happening? The first take is usually the one I go back to. And when we retake and retake, now we're just getting in our heads, right? We're going back into the limiting beliefs. Oh my God, we're overthinking it. No. 3 to 4 takes max, and then you pick one and you post it, okay? I have to tell you a great story. I love this story. So I'm filming the Jersey Boys movie. Clint Eastwood's directing me. And we're filming, if you've seen the movie, it's Frankie Valli and I are breaking up. And I'm drunk and we're walking up the stairs and Frankie's following me. And I'm like screaming, and we do it once. And then Clint goes, okay, great. But now I want you to really give it to him. And I'm like, okay. So I like get myself ready and we go, and I'm like fired up, and I'm like, you show up for a couple of days and you think that makes you a father. Ah! And I forget my lines, literally just out of my mind. So I just scream. But then like a second later, I picked it back up and I went into the speech and I'm like, you drove for a couple of days and you think that makes you a father, blah, blah. And I finished the scene. He yells cut and he's like, that was it. And I go, Clint, I forgot my lines. And he goes, I don't care. It was real and it was raw and I loved it. And I was like, huh, I literally forgot my lines. But because I stayed in it and picked it back up and was so real, I mean, how often when you're angry do you forget what you're going to say? That's what happened. And because I stayed in it, he was like, that's it. And then he said this to me. He said, when I was filming with Meryl Streep, yes, Meryl Streep, he's talking to me about filming with Meryl Streep. He said she loved to do like 1 million takes until it was perfect and all this stuff, right? He said until she and I shot a movie together and I got her into the habit of just doing a take and letting it be. And he said now that's what she does because she realized, oh my gosh, like when I don't overthink it, it's so much better. So that's my lesson to you all. Don't overthink it because it's very easy to do. Take it from this girl. So when you just limit it to 3 to 4 takes, you give yourself a cutoff and you move on. Okay? Any questions? Any questions, my friends? Good? We good? Great. I'm gonna take a sip of my water. That day on set was so like stepping outside of myself, like talking to Clint Eastwood, this legend, about like, he's like, yeah, and Meryl Streep. I'm like, are you like putting me in the same sentence as Meryl Streep? It was insane. But it was just, I loved it so much because I'm like, this is Clint Eastwood, a legend, basically saying, be imperfect. And I'm like, damn, that's why he's so good, right? That's why he has sustained a career of how many decades and people love him because it's not about perfection. Which brings us to the next slide. Practice makes not perfect progress. The only way to get better is to practice. Number 1, I want you to put the camera on and talk to the camera aloud while you're doing your daily tasks. Now, this is so great, my friends, because it requires net time, no extra time. You put your camera on, your phone, even the computer, while you're doing your laundry, while you're making dinner, while you're, washing the windows. And you just put the camera on, press go, and just talk. I don't care what you talk about. You could talk about your day, picking up groceries, this, that, it doesn't matter. Why do I tell you to do this? Because when you press stop, do it for a few minutes. When you press stop, you watch back later on and you get to see yourself in your natural habitat. And when you see yourself in your natural habitat, you realize how you are when you're most natural, right? And that's what we want. Remember, we want to be ourselves. We want to be natural. And maybe if you're like me, when you're talking, you happen to use your hands a lot. You're like, I just don't know what to do. And maybe you don't realize that until you watch yourself back. And you're like, I guess I do talk with my hands a lot, which lets you realize that when you do one of your videos and you talk with your hands, that's just authentic to you, right? Now, this is so important, my friends, because you can practice this 1 million times a day. And what it also does is it gets you into the habit of just being on camera, which again, when it's unfamiliar to you and you haven't done this a lot, it can be jarring because you're like, Renee, what do you mean? You're like, Renee, how is this comfortable? I am talking to a screen. But the more you do it, just like anything, riding a bicycle, anything you do constantly on a consistent basis, right? Becomes easier, becomes more natural. So I just want you to really take this into consideration and utilize this, because what is better than that? I'm not telling you that you have to go out, spend $900 on this thing that's going to help you practice. I'm literally saying you can practice 5 minutes after we get off our call, right? That's amazing, because that means that like you can be ahead of the game in no time. Just put the damn camera on. And you're going to see when you start to then do your videos, your live videos, it feels a little bit easier, right? Number 2, have an accountability buddy to share your videos with for feedback. This is so important. Again, it's very hard to see ourselves when we watch videos back because we've only spent our whole times inside of ourselves, right? So the first few times you see yourself on camera, you're like, I don't talk like that. You're like, I don't look like that. Do I look like that? Do I do that with my hair? Trust me, even till this day, I've seen myself on camera a million times and you're like, wait, do I do that? Do I do that thing with my eye? Do I? Right? And then you start judging yourself. Screw that shit. Remember, we're beyond that. It's about having an accountability buddy who you can decide, you know, we're going to share our videos with each other. Maybe start literally like a private Facebook group just between you two. And you post videos with each other and you can give each other feedback. You know how powerful that is? And continue to watch yourself, because I know as hard as it sounds, it gets easier the more you see yourself on camera. It's just like for me, when I hear myself speak on a video, I'm like, my voice doesn't sound like that, because I've only been hearing myself inside of myself, right? So have this practice of listening to yourself as much as you can, you know, practicing while you're doing your daily tasks, watching back, and having an accountability buddy. Number 3, keep taking imperfect action by posting videos on your social media pages. And I want you to challenge yourself to send a video message as a response to a text. Oh, boom, drop the gold right there. This is so fun, actually. I love doing this. When someone texts you, like a friend or a family member, and they're just like, hey, girl, can we meet up tomorrow, for example? And then you just like send a video back. You're like, hey, girl, miss you so much. Number 1, it's super fun for them. It's like a surprise. They're like, oh, my God, I didn't expect to see you. Number 2, gets you in this comfortable state of being able to talk to the screen, right? Practice makes progress. And number 3, it gets you into a habit of just jumping on in before you can think about it. Taking that imperfect action. It's really fun. I really challenge you to do it today. Like, and you know what? Even if you don't get a text, just send a little voice like video to your friend. Hey girl, I want to see you're doing. Boom, send. Could be 4 seconds. Number 4, don't worry about getting likes or follows. So when you post these videos on your social media pages, right? It's not about that. This is for you, right? To find your most authentic self. Put these videos out there, right? Get into the habit of just putting yourself out there. As scary as it is, I promise you, you're going to start to develop so much confidence. Not because you think you're the most amazing thing, but because you're going to become so confident by proving to yourself that you can take action even when you're afraid. Just like I did, going back to that story in the beginning, when I was at that place during that time in my life, doing that Broadway show, feeling so scared, so anxious, but still dancing 8 shows a week and singing 8 shows a week on Broadway. With the fear, you know how badass I felt after that? I feel badass when I think about it because I'm like, holy crap, how did I do that? And that's what's going to happen for you. The more you practice in this way, the more you put yourself out there, you're going to slowly develop this confidence that makes you feel like there's nothing I can't do, right? Number 5, consistency is key. These practices, I don't want you to do once and be like, okay, cool, I'm great, I'm going to be great now. No, that does not happen. It's about being consistent. Set an alarm on your phone every day. Once a day, post something in your Facebook group. Once a day, send a video message to someone. Once a day, send a video to a friend. Once a day, film yourself while you're doing your laundry, right? Consistency, consistency, consistency will give you clarity. Yeah? Yeah, baby. All right. Before we summarize, let's check in, see if we have questions. We'll have like a half hour for questions after, but anything there that you feel like you need to speak on? Good? Yes, Flor. Oh,
No.
Flor and then Karina.
I love the way you say flor.
Flor. I feel so, can I say it like that? Like,
Sure, because I'm used to the New Yorkers say flow.
so, Flor. It makes me, I
In
love it.
Portuguese is flor. Flow.
Flor. Oh, Flor. Is that good?
Yeah,
Woo!
the French people say it better. It means flower, though.
Of course it does.
Thanks. Look, I love everything you say. Makes so much sense. Do you always put the bullet points like right in front of you? I think that will be a game changer for me.
I don't, right? But again, you, my friends, I've been doing this. The practice I'm telling you, I've been doing for years, right? So don't worry about like me. Don't try to compare your chapter 1 to my chapter 12, right?
Meaning, do you think that will be helpful?
Yes, yes. And listen to me. I want you to try every one of these tactics as a favor to me and to yourself. And then once you feel what works and what doesn't, then you pick and choose, right? Because what works for you may not work for me. And it's just because we're all different, right? We different things make us tick. So try everything first. And then once you get into a flow, you'll be able to say like, you know what? That was a good advice, but I'm going to throw that to the side. It doesn't work for me, right? But try it. Yes. I mean, again, if this is fairly new to you, I would freaking put Post-its everywhere, right? That's just me. I'm like 500% everything I do. I'm like, all right, post it here, right? Post it here. Like I'll put it anywhere.
That's good. I will
Yeah.
definitely do that. I have another
yeah.
question, but I think I'll wait until like.
Okay. Karina, you can unmute yourself. Oh, hold on. There you go.
Got it. Okay, sorry about that. So, question for you. I love the idea of an accountability partner because I really need that feedback.
Yes.
My question though is, do you do any personal coaching or critiquing that we can schedule a session for?
Yes, and we will talk about that in 5 minutes.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone else before we summarize and then we'll have questions? Yes, Elaine.
Well, I have to agree that when I went outside and did a couple videos by my pool, that's when I actually was relaxed enough and started to refer to the camera as my best friend.
Yeah.
So when I went inside, because I was always being down here in Florida, I was always in the shadow because the sun was so bright, even under, in my patio or under my umbrella.
Yeah.
But my question, I still can't I still haven't gotten used to looking at myself after I've done the video.
Nope, girlfriend, I'm telling you, nobody gets it more than me. I should have brought my mother on to tell you all. I still drive her crazy sometimes because I'll be like, oh my gosh, but look at what I do. She's like, Renee, cut the shit, right? Because I'm like analyzing myself and I'm like, do I look like that, right? That's normal. But that's why I want to stress this so much. We all go through that. And it's all about getting used to it. That's why, Elaine, until you start doing it, this is why I can't stress enough, consistency is key. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And I mean seeing yourself, hearing yourself, because it's just like anything. Perfect example. Using these slides, Sean can attest, I never did slides before. I've been an actress for 16 years, right? I was like, what the hell is Keynote? What the hell is PowerPoint, right? First time I started using them, I was like, what? Oh my God, like I'm messing up. Literally, I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Then every day, before I taught my first course, I'd go through it. I would practice with friends. Now it feels second nature, right? That is with anything. And especially when it comes to ourselves, right? Seeing ourselves, hearing ourselves, it's so personal. So it feels even harder. But that's why the more you, I promise you, take it from me. The more you do it, practice on a consistent basis. I will have the camera on sometimes for 45 minutes, right? And I'll practice. I'll put on a different shirt. I'll go in a different room. And it becomes fun as opposed to being like, oh my God, I don't want to do this, right? Anything we start dreading, we start stepping away from. So we want to come at it from a place of joy. And every time you look at yourself and you're like, I hate the way I look, think of me being like, stop. Because I feel it too. And I'm doing pretty well, right? I think you guys have liked my videos. So if I can do it, you can do it. And trust me when I say this. I don't value anyone's advice unless they've gone through it. That's just me personally. I've gone through this. We could have a 12-hour course. I could give you stories. You would pee yourself with laughter because the times I've driven myself crazy being like, what am I doing? And my husband's like, you know what? If you make me record you one more time, I'm leaving. I'm going outside because you're crazy. So my point is we all go through this. And again, it seems harder than maybe learning Keynote slides because now it's us, right? You're like, but Renee, you're getting real personal. Like, this is me. I'm judging myself. But that's why the more you practice, the more you find an accountability buddy, the more you coach in this way, you're gonna feel so much freer.
Do you usually do it, practice with your phone, or do you do it in front of the computer, or what?
I use my phone just because that's where I film most of my videos. And again, it's so easy, right? I mean, we're always with our phones, most of us. So it's easy. My computer, I'm not going to carry that around, but sometimes, I'll just be like, hey girl, right? Think of it like, I think it's funny to think of practicing like your, like a video diary where I'm like, hey girl, this is why it helps too, doing this, even just as practice, because as you're saying, Elaine, it gets you in the habit of seeing yourself on camera. So like, even if I'm just like, hey Renee, so you just taught the course, it was so fun. Like I love teaching these courses, don't you? Like, it's like think of it like a journal, but a video. So like, you're like, okay, well, I hope they liked it. Well, I'll check in later, like it becomes fun. And then when anything becomes fun, we want to do more of it. So make it fun. Okay, summarizing and then back to questions. All right, muting you all. All right. Okay, my friends, in summary, number one, identify those limiting beliefs and crush them by reminding yourself of the hard things you've already done in your life. And we want to list these, right? I cannot stress enough to you the power of writing. And I don't mean like on your computer, I mean physically writing. When we write something, it's like when we sign a contract, it like solidifies what we're doing. So when you identify your limiting belief and then cross that shit out and say, nope, you have just solidified it, right? That you're getting past it. Number two, prep before filming. Know your subject, right? Jot down bullet points. Put those bullet points next to the camera if you like. Move that body. I want you to make a playlist for yourself of songs that pump you up so you can turn on for a second or two before you go on film, right? So you shake out those nerves. And remember, what did we bold? I'm not nervous. I'm excited. Nerves are just excitement turned inside out, right? Don't stress about messing up. Say yes about it. I'm a human. I'm going to mess up, right? Own it. Be excited when it happens. Who cares, right? Make sure you have enough phone storage. Make sure your computer is backed up. Change your focus from how do I look to how can I serve. It's about them, not you. 3, technical side of filming. Camera angle, your lighting. We have all these things on our Communication on Camera Essentials PDF. Quiet space. Remember, check different rooms. See which ones are the best. Background, simple. Clothing, simple. Number 4, filming time, baby. Pretend that screen is the person you're most comfortable with, your best friend. Remember, it's just a conversation, so embrace whatever happens. I don't care if you flub. I don't care if you go off on a tangent. Catch yourself and be like, oh, you know that happens sometimes, right? It's a conversation. And number 3, check in with your viewers. You know what I'm saying? See what I did there? Checked in with you. Number 5, if it's a live video, let it be what it is. Take time away. Come back later, watch, and make notes of what you can do better. If it's a video to post later, a standard video where you're filming and then watching back and posting to your website, ask these 3 questions when you watch your takes back. Number 1, did the info come across clearly? Number 2, did I seem like a real person or a robot? Number 3, were my lighting, background, and sound clear? If all 3 of those are yes, that's your video. If all 3 were a yes, except you didn't like the way your appearance looked, it didn't represent you well, then you're free to film again, but only 3 to 4 takes. That's it. Remember Clint Eastwood saying, it doesn't matter when it's real, it's raw, that's when it's great. Number 6, practice makes progress. We're gonna film while we're doing our everyday tasks. Just put that camera on and talk away. Have an accountability buddy. Post videos on your social media pages, even when you're afraid. When you're afraid, that means you need to do it, right? Because courage is not courage without fear. Make a video to your friends instead of texting, and consistency is key. Consistency is key, right? We're not just gonna do it once and be great. We're not gonna do it 10 times and be great. We are gonna do it 900 times, and then we're gonna start to feel comfortable. Yeah, it's true. That is what the best of the best do. They are forever training. I'm still training. I've been doing this since I was 5 years old. What's next? Karina, you asked. So, if you are serious about this and you want to stay in momentum, the way we do this is through coaching, is through having someone who's an accountability buddy, essentially, right? So I have a 1-month coaching package. Woo woo! We meet once a week for an hour, one-on-one, you and I, baby, over Zoom, $500. I have a client right now, and it has been so great. We're on session 3 of 4, and I'm not even kidding you. She has made such strides from session 1 to session 3 that I'm like, I need to use you as like an example, because either I'm amazing or you're just really implementing, right? So that's the power of it, though, and that's what she said to me. She's like, Renee, I have no time to waste. I need to do this and do it now and get in there, right? That is the mentality of someone that's like, I'm done with wasting time. And this, you have to remember, my friends, coaches have coaches. Tony Robbins has a coach. Dean Graziosi, they have coaches, because it's all about consistency, right? That's why we take courses. That's why we're all here together. We all need this. We all need each other to get better and better. Number 2, I have a 3-month package. Same thing, we meet once a week for 3 months, one-on-one, 1 hour over Zoom. The total for those 3 months is $1,350. And this discounts the monthly rate to $450 a month. So this is an awesome deal. Again, if you're someone serious about like leveling up, stepping up in your game, this is the best package, because again, 3 months, that's like, bam, you know that you're investing in yourself, you're investing in your future, and you know that you're going to be on this because I'm going to be on you to do it, right? 3 months, $1,350, once a week. Number 3, don't forget to join our Facebook group. It's so great, my friends. We go live in there. It's a safe community. It's just full of love, and you'll get to practice going on video. Number 4, don't forget, we got a Zoom check-in next week at this same time, August 18th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, 11 a.m. And I'll email you all the link to join. Number 5, don't forget to send me a video of your choice, like a video that you're actually really wanting to use for your website, or a video that you're just practicing and you want feedback on. I'll watch it and then I'll send you written feedback to get you going, okay? Now, we don't leave without taking some imperfect action. No, we don't, because that is what we do as master communicators, okay? First of all, congratulations, you did it. You completed this training. Now, when we're done here at 4 o'clock, I want you to take out that camera without thinking about it. I want you to record a quick video talking about how you felt about this course today. Make it 3 minutes or less, okay? It could even be 2 minutes or less. Don't overthink it. Just press record and talk about how you're feeling. Save the video. Honor yourself, right? We always want to reward ourselves for every little step we take, because then we want to do more of it, okay? Honor yourself for just jumping in, and then I want you to email me that video right away, okay? Yes, you did it, my friends. I am so proud of you. Woo! All right, let's unmute you all. Yay, round of applause for everybody. Woo! Okay, first of all, before we do anything, I want everyone to smile because we're taking a photo.
Oh,
Smile,
no.
look at your camera. 1, 2, 3. One more for good measure. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Okay, we have 15 minutes. Questions, thoughts, talk to me.
Will you put your email up again?
Yes. So it's, oh yeah, hold on. Share screen. There you go, love. So it's renee.marino@yahoo.com.
Okay, I have a general question.
Yes.
I know, because I know I've asked you this before, Renee, because your last couple postings on Facebook, you've had like 1 million hashtags. Something. I've never, this is where the age comes in. I've never had the hashtag deal explained to me.
So I'm going to be totally transparent with you. I myself don't fully understand hashtags, truth be told. I'm working with a coach, trying to get honestly perspective about that. So basically, in a very general sense, hashtags are kind of like the little ways people, if they're, just say someone's looking for a communication coach, right? And I have hashtag communication coach. There's a way, so I do it on Instagram and then I just repost it to my Facebook. So I don't really know how it works on Facebook, but for Instagram, some people are searching for very specific things. So whatever your niche is, right? Healthcare, you know, PTSD, whatever it is, you would maybe write that hashtag so that people will find you if you have that hashtag on your video.
I know when we did the comeback challenge, we did hashtag fired up.
Yes. So, okay, perfect example. That was the way that like Dean and his team or Tony, they could find the videos that were participating in the challenge. Does that make sense? So it's almost like, think of it like a nickname.
It's a label.
It's a label. It's a nickname. Yep. Totally.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I just had a quick question. First of all, thank you. It was amazing.
You're so welcome.
So the headphones, I never
Oh, hold on. You froze.
use headphones. Is that just something like if you're outside, it's going to make you more clear?
I think so. You know, some people, I see people, again, right? We're all in different circumstances. So
Right.
we have to utilize what works. Like
Right.
if you live in an apartment building and it's really loud, you know, I mean, all my friends who live in New York City, when I lived in New York City, sometimes the headphones just make it clearer for you and the viewer. So
Okay.
you use them. I personally prefer not to, because, you know, I'm I'm a very one-on-one person and crazy, and like I like to feel like I'm there with you. So
Totally.
if I don't have to use headphones, I don't like to. But again, if it's necessary, you're out in nature, yes, use them.
Okay, cool. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Flor. Flor. I didn't say it right. And then Vivek. So Flor and then Vivek.
Lord, that was so good. Thank you so much.
You're so
I've been
welcome.
trying to connect with you and do this workshop for a while, right?
Yes.
And now it's the perfect timing for me because I'm also KBB. That's how I'm,
Yes. Woo, woo.
and I'm excited because now we're going to a marketplace, like Elaine was saying, like, oh my God, the hashtag thing. I also don't know how to do it. And working my way over there.
Yeah.
And I have like so many questions. I'm like,
Okay, that's okay.
well, okay. So here it is. Like I don't know if that's relevant for this course, but I would like to have a clearance on that if you know. Okay, so personal page versus business page, okay?
Yeah.
So many people told me, so you have to create your own page because of this, blah, 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 because you're gonna find your niche, blah, blah, blah. And it's like so annoying. And it's so like, I end up not doing because I have like 10 pages, like, I don't know, in Portuguese and in English.
Yeah.
Because I have, both, which is more even annoying. And do you think, in your perspective, that helps people to connect with what you're doing? Like
this is an advice I'll give you, because I know this is a whole nother thing, so this would take a lot of time. But just the short answer for you, this is what no, it's okay, because we're all dealing with this. But if I believe, start with your personal page, right? Your personal profile. Start talking about your niche, all these things. When you connect with people, maybe friend requests that are a part of your niche, you put them into a list. There's a way you can be put into a list, and that way, then when you're ready to bring them over to your business page and you make a post on your page, you only limit it to the people who are a part of that list. So the Flor page, right? Click on that, you make your post, and then it's only identifying those people. So it's not your mom and your dad and your aunt, it's those people that have become a part of your niche.
So I'm sorry, how did you identify those people? The people who comment on it?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, if you have you're gaining friends, right? Through, who eventually will maybe be your clients and all of that. You can put them into a list. I won't go too deep into that because that's like a whole nother training, but it's a list. So it's on your personal profile. When you accept someone as a friend, you click on friends and it says put in list, and then you make a list for your specific thing.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
that
No,
makes
it's okay. So Flor, hold on one second. I just want to get to Vivek because he's been waiting patiently. I will come back.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay. So Vivek, my friend, talk to me.
First of all, thank you for the lovely presentation and all the guidance. When it's a recorded video, when you're doing something which is recorded for YouTube or anything, have you ever thought about editing it and post-processing it, adding some VFX or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, so editing, my friends, is like a whole nother ball game. I have edited videos before, and for certain things, absolutely, right? If there's like, you're teaching something and you want to add music and like a background, totally. That is not my niche, because that's really like a whole separate skill. But yes, I mean, if you're into that and you want to add something, totally do that. Because, it kind of adds to it. And especially for your business, your website, as long as you're editing and, again, your message is most important, then you're all good, do it. What happens sometimes is, I've seen this happens a lot. People get overexcited and they're like, oh my God, I'm adding effects and like sounds. And then you watch the video and you're like, I can't hear them. And like, what is the video about, right? It becomes kind of blurred. So I believe start simpler and get your audience kind of grab them first so they can hear your message, and then maybe later on, you know, add those other things. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got it.
and if you're gonna do it and you're adding music, the one piece of advice I'll give you is make sure that music is just a background. So like it's not louder than your voice, because that happens a lot and then it's distracting. And then we're kind of like, wait, huh? Right? And you don't want that. So absolutely feel free to like edit a video, especially, you know, if it's a video to post, but just do it. Like I say, less is more.
Okay.
This morning
got
I
it.
heard oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
This morning I
Thank
heard
you.
something that was powerful on one of it was either the comeback challenge or UPW. It was the hook. So what gets them in, the story, and then the close. And that was really powerful for me because I can go all over the place. And so
Yeah.
that helped me really focus in on a plan.
Amazing. That's such good advice. Vivek, was that it? Did you have something else?
That was it. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. And then Karina, I just want to circle back. Are you good, girlfriend? I know you had.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good. I actually just emailed you. I want to at least do the 1 month session. And
Awesome.
once I make some money, I want to do more, but
Yeah, girlfriend. We'll
gotta
go
make the money first.
That's great. Yay for taking the next step. Let's give her a round of applause. That's amazing. It just,
Thank you.
I'm just
Thank
proud of you because it really is. It's showing that you're investing in yourself, right? And when we do that, it's what, you know, it's what Kim was telling us at the beginning, right? She was hesitant to like buy this course and she's like, oh, the money. But the minute she switched her mindset and she's like, nope, I am abundant. I'm going to be in an abundant mindset. The minute she bought my course, she had money come in from something else.
Amazing. Amazing.
Right? So
I know. I heard that and I was
Yeah.
like, you know, that's how I need to think.
that's it.
So, and once I get the right coaching,
Yep.
why can't I do it? You know?
Exactly. And you know what? I love it because the more we help each other with that, the more abundant we become, right? Like you guys fire me up. Like I got to teach you and serve today. And I'm so happy now that I'm like, right. I feel good. Hopefully you feel good. And when
Yes.
you do that, right, you kind of stay in that place of abundance, of joy. And that's when we attract those other positive things into our lives.
Thank you so much. Yay.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Anyone else? And then I'll circle back to Flor. Yes, Sean.
Karina, I was just going to say, you know, good job. You know, and another thing I was just going to offer is that, you know, Renee and I have known each other for a little while now, and she'll tell you when I first met, you know, I mean, I have my PhD, so I mean, I'm more academic, more introverted.
Right.
But she helped me come out of my shell, and so I mean, I would encourage anybody, especially if you're looking at, hey, I want to create a course, or I want to, you know, do something that's going to help me earn money, which of course is just, you know, to a whole nother another level. But even if the coaching is just on a personal level, to be able to, you know, utilize that cell phone to create videos and be more comfortable and communicate better, I'd encourage you to look at working with Renee, because that communication technique, and Renee, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that I take it is that it helps you outside of just, you know, doing a video. You are going to find that your communication is going to improve in all areas of your life. You don't just get better with communicating by creating a little video that responds to a text. Through that self-confidence that you develop, and through the other skills that you're going to develop, and working with somebody who's one-on-one, who's not just kicking your butt. I mean, I know she said, I'm just going to kick your butt. No, she's also going to be a cheerleader, you know, and she's fantastic at that. So again, I just want to say, as somebody who has worked with her and has seen something, and if you want to know what a turnaround it is, remember I looked at this phone for an hour and a half the first time before I even did a hello, turn it off and set it down, to where Dean's challenge,
Yep.
where I got put on my Captain America jacket and did an entrance for one of his challenges here recently.
And he killed it. It was amazing. Like I have Sean, first of all, thank you so much. You make me want to cry. But Sean, my friends, for anyone who's in UPW, I need you to go look at his video, because this is my friend Sean, who I had to kick his butt the first time, and I was like, you have to make a video. And he's like, oh my God. And now he's on video in his Captain America jacket, giving you a power pose, talking.
I did see that.
I have chills. I have chills. So Sean, thank you for saying that. But I love that you reminded me of that point. This is not just like, yeah, this course I'm teaching is communication on camera, right? But Sean's so right. The minute you develop this confidence on camera, forget about it, because the rest of your life is going to be different. You're going to think nothing of like starting a conversation with someone, right? You're going to just naturally be more open. So just know that, like, just even being here today, you have done such great things for yourself and your spirit. So thank you guys. And Sean, thank you so much.
That was
My
beautiful,
pleasure.
Sean. Thank you.
That was very good. I just want to say something real quick.
Yes.
I'm very technically challenged as well, and I actually did the challenge with Jean. And I wrote it out, and I had to rewrite it, and I still went over. And I had been practicing it in one area in my living room, but I recognized that the background was too busy.
Yeah.
You can see it behind me. So I did it in a whole nother area. But I even had to have my 22-year-old friend come over and show me how to do it on the phone
Yep.
and the computer. I had never, ever done a video. That was my first ever.
Listen, you took imperfect action. And this is what I mean. Not to cut you off, but I just want to keep like embedding this in your brains. The more you take imperfect action, again, we are not perfectionists. We are reformed perfectionists, right? We are imperfect action takers. The more you do that, the more confident you become, because you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And Doreen, I'm still like, there are so many things I still don't know technically, but that's where we get those people who know, you know, get the 20-year-old, get the 17-year-old, and that's okay. That's
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Flawed, let's hear it, baby.
Okay.
And
Well,
there you
that is so nice. I am so excited to be part of this group, which I already am, but I never really had a chance to practice. So I want to know, like, I know every Thursday, right? Somebody
Yes.
comes and
Yes.
gives feedback. I'm nervous as hell to do that because
Oh,
everybody
don't.
has, like, afraid of being criticized and like, hello,
Yep.
here, right? But I am actually excited to do that because there is no way to go. If not this, what? If not now, when, right?
That's it. It's all
So-
about now, right? And it's, again, think about this. If we can all do things when we're peeing our pants, nervous and scared, think about what we can do when we're like just calm and hanging, right? Like Sean said, think about how great it's going to be once you develop this confidence and you're out with your friends and you're out with family. You're going to feel like a new person because you've been consistently proving to yourself that you can do it in spite of fear. What? There's nothing better than that.
Exactly. So I guess my answer was given already when Vivek asked about the editing the videos, because I always whatever. But another thing too, like the live video, you said don't watch it later. No, don't watch it right after, watch it later. But sometimes, you know, you have like keep it or delete it. I was like,
I know, and it's trust me, it's tempting, but you're free to keep it if you want. I mean, if it's in one of those groups, you could watch back, but feel free to save it, but just put it away then, right? There's something about needing to take some time away and then come back to it with kind of fresh eyes, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is it. There's just one question that I would like to ask regarding I think you're brilliant. I love your presence. I think
Thank
you're
you so much.
amazing. Like your spirit is just like lightens the whole
Thank
room.
you.
And I know I'm not the only one who thinks this way.
Thank you so much.
Really, this is really awesome because that's what people need. People need this kind of energy to feel like, okay, I want to do this too. I want to be there too, sharing my message and
Totally.
and everything. So and I think I like the way that you don't send like thousands of emails because everybody does that. I'm saying that because I want to ask you, and I think you shared once in group, which it's platform do you use for
Yeah,
your
Flow
email?
Desk. And I have a discount code for everyone. I can, when I email you the link for next week, I'll put the
Okay.
Flow Desk code in there. It's great. It's for, you know, like an email list platform, and it's really fun. They have templates. So if you're kind of technically challenged, which, you know, some of us are, it's very easy to plug and play, and they're pretty. They have good, so I'll send that. for all
Yeah,
of
I think that's great, because if there's so much like to read, it's like, ugh,
you.
no.
I agree.
And I
I
think
agree.
that's really, really awesome. So
Great.
that I think that's it. And I just wanted to thank everyone. And some people here ask for the copy of my book. Do you
Yeah.
mind if I gift everyone with the?
No, that'd be amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's on
Thank you so
Amazon.
much.
But I would love to definitely send you the PDF, like you can download for free. I'm gonna
Yes.
share
Oh,
my
wow.
website.
Please.
And
very
this
generous
is
of
something
you.
like, guys, I like English, not my first language, as you can see. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. Like who I am to write a book in English. But once you actually do it, like you just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it no matter what. You
That's
find
it.
people later, like, you know, who are saying that, oh, I don't have, Karina was saying, I don't have the money. Just take the action. I think
Yep.
that's brilliant.
And
Like
it'll come.
shared, you know, like just take the next step and you see how things like opens up. And I am so excited for like connecting with you guys, knowing, because I know everybody here is having such an amazing message to share, and we don't have time to waste, guys. We
No.
don't have time
Yes.
to waste.
Woo!
I have one
Let's do that.
Thought we don't. Yes, Kim.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for the gift that each and every one of you contributed. And Renee, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so grateful. As a reformed perfectionist, I love imperfect action. And as we all know, energy is a habit, and so is courage. So thank you for
Yes.
the gift you all are.
Thank you.
And guess what? That was my sticky note.
What? That was what? I'm sorry.
On her sticky note.
Sticky note.
It was my 3 things to say.
And
Way
my
to
friend,
go.
listen, I want to remind you all 2 things. After we get off this call, you're going to press record on your camera and tell me what you thought about this class, and you're sending it to me. Remember, imperfect action. And number 2, I just want to say, if you really enjoyed this course, I would love for you to maybe post about it, you know, talk about it, because it's always great to get other people involved, right? Sometimes we can only reach so far, but when people talk about it, that's kind of what brings us all together. So I would appreciate that. And I love you guys. I'm so happy that you are all here with me. And yes, Elaine.
Just to add a question, can we post it on the group
Well, I think you
or do it separate?
and you can post it in the and send it to me.
Okay. And then I just had a really quick question.
Yes.
Do you normally, when you're using your ring light, because you've got the bigger one, I've got the smaller one, but do you usually put the camera inside the light?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to, because look, right now I'm just in front of the light, but
Right.
the one that I again put on your PDF, that has the stand for the light for the camera, so you could just put your phone right in it.
I know,
This
like
is no light.
mine's like right here in the corner of my desk,
Yeah.
not pointed towards straight out, not towards me.
Yep.
I haven't tried it inside. I have this thing inside the light.
Yeah. Try it. Remember,
What is
practice.
it?
Yeah, Elaine, just practice all different ways. That's what I mean, my friends. Practice all different things. Like practice all different ways, and you'll see what looks the best. And again, remember, send me the video after this, and then you get to send me another video where I'll give you written feedback. So don't forget.
Okay.
I love you all. Everyone good? Oh,
Love
Doreen.
you guys, thank you.
And
Now, will we be able to watch this again so that we?
yes, I can
Yes,
send
okay.
you.
Press the record button.
And yeah, the only thing is, you know, make sure you kind of just keep it private.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
I'm not.
just
Yeah.
a link. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Great
you.
friends.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Stop.